Alright. My gamers are ready. Our gamers are ready. I am back. Historically, this is a very tough matchup for the captain. As Basilisk, we're going to continue our September madness with 10 more gifted subbies on our special day for Basilisk, as we have welcomed a new member. The crew keeps on expanding. We started off with 1, then we got a 2nd, then we got a 3rd, then we got a 4th, a 5th, now we have 6. And hopefully it's the start of many more. Thank you so much. Fun night of gaming, guys. Latin American players absolutely delivering, putting on a great show. Harstem is ready, Gabe is ready, I'm ready, Indy is ready. Let's just go ahead and hop on into it. After the first game, we'll take another look at this welcome video of Kyle one more time, because we did it in the beginning of the night, but obviously not a lot of you guys were here yet. The first two were Dragonix from Peru, a 5400 MMR Terran, meching it up against Codebar from Finland. And second, we had Rio Jin from Bolivia, playing one hell of a series. Will you watch Age of Mythology tomorrow? No. Tomorrow, mate, Saturday, I'll watch F1 qualifying. I'm going to watch the UFC at night. I'm going to sneak in some Starcraft and Deadlock somewhere in the middle. And that is my Saturday. We had a 3-1, we had a 3-1, we had a 3-2. Let's hope this is not going to be a 3-0. I'd be sad if it is. But honestly, I'm already happy with tonight's games, guys. We are 1 hour behind schedule. Like, that just goes to show how crazy these games have gone. And how long they've gone and how wild the series have been.
Let's get it on. Round 1, fight.
In the bottom left side of Amphion, we are looking at the main base of our German Terran representing Mouse Sports. I saw he was on the Starcraft 2 grind today. He's been live for a lot of hours. He's been probably punishing some greedy Protoss players. Because let's be honest, when it comes to punishing greedy Protoss players, no one does it better. The man who's been with Mouse Sports for over a decade, it is HeRoMaRinE. GeoGuessr World Cup finals tomorrow. I actually see a lot of the clips from Rainbolt. He's Dutch, huh? For some reason, my Instagram seems to think that I really like these clips, so I see a lot of them. These guys are ridiculously good in GeoGuessr. I like to think that I'm like not too bad, but obviously I don't recognize a random road in Africa like they do. Or they're like, oh, this is Southeast Asia. This has to be like this little island in Indonesia. Bam, and they nail it. It's like, takes a lot of practice to get there. I am not that good. Top left side of Amphion, we are looking at the main base of the man who was with me in Bulgaria last week. Participated in the Stara Zugara, Bellum's Gem and Elite. Had a couple of really good games there. Unfortunately, could not get it done against Solar. Bit of a throw in that first game on Alcyone. If any of you guys were watching that, I'm sure you guys will agree with me on that. This is Shopify Rebellion's Harstem. You need to watch more M. Canning streams. I stop by the Ken man whenever I see him. He's got a bit of an odd streaming schedule, so I don't always catch him. But I feel like last time was like 10 days ago. I hang out in the Ken man stream for like an hour. Talking about life, Starcraft and other stuff. Nothing but love for M. Canning. Amphion is a map that some Protoss players really hate, some Protoss players really like. Harstem has a probe chilling on the right side of the map. I wonder what that's all about. As Gabe has his first Reaper, as he's going to try to take a little look into the main base. Gets in deep, sees the Stargate immediately. Paul says that it's Germany's top player versus the Netherlands' top player. I would agree that Harstem is the best player in the Netherlands at the moment. But when it comes to the best player from Germany, like it could be Gabe. I think I would give it to Lambo at the moment. I feel like Gabe has been maybe a little low on motivation over the last few weeks. Has been playing a lot of Stormgate. Esports World Cup didn't really work out for Gabe. So I think right now if I have to pick, or a Showtime for instance, Showtime is really good too. It might actually be Showtime. I mean, it's always close. Between the big three in Germany, I think it's always close. Sometimes it's Showtime, sometimes it's Lambo, sometimes it's Gabe. Yeah, if you guys want to give it to Showtime right now, that's fine. I'm not gonna argue with you guys over that. I was just thinking of Lambo, but yeah, Showtime absolutely deserves one hell of a shout out. He too has played really good lately, so I think it's very close historically between these three. There definitely were many moments where Gabe was the undisputed best player in Germany. Right now, I don't think that's the case. Who won in Bulgaria? Liquid Clum.
Liquid Clum.
went 3-2 against Rainer in the upper bracket final, and he won the grand finals 4-1 versus Oliveira with a 1-0 lead, so technically a 3-1. Harstem, his Oracle, guys, flies into the natural, and Gabe knew it was Stargate. He scouted that with the Reaper. Still didn't have a perfect answer for this, as he's just focusing on dealing his own damage on the other side of the map. This Oracle has more potential here, guys. Honestly, a little bit questionable what Gabe is doing here. Not bad by Harstem. Harstem just takes the fight here against 5 Marines. Double Oracle goes for it. HeRoMaRinE could have maybe killed one Oracle. Still doesn't have it. Harstem saves it. Oh, the captain is flying. Now, he does lose a couple probes at home, but he kills all the Marines, and these Oracles are going strong. Are we done losing stuff at home? Yes, we are. Oh my goodness. Shopify, Rebellions, Harstem is literally flying here. Saves both of the Oracles, kills 5 SCVs. That's very big. It is very big. Gabe has like a 2-1-1 setup here. Harstem gets a perfect scout off with the Phoenix. That would normally be that very scary moment because of the build order that HeRoMaRinE went for. This gives him a lot of firepower early on. If he can get like 60 Marines with Stim, 2 medevacs, you can end the game with it immediately. But Harstem has already killed so many Marines that attack, that move out, is going to be so much less impressive than what it normally would be. I have a hard time believing that Gabe is very happy with this start. The Phoenixes are here on patrol, and he's going to see these 2 medevacs load up immediately. HeRoMaRinE can unload, but that is still going to delay the attack. And Harstem has a charge as a follow-up. And all he really needs is to get like 8 Zealots with charge, and he should be fine. It's definitely not 100% over yet. I love Harstem's position so far. But if HeRoMaRinE is able to take one good fight with 10 Marines and Stim and a Cyclone, and the second Cyclone shows up, if you don't have Zealot charge, your Protoss army is really, really weak here. Harstem just needs to survive another minute, drops a Revelation, knows where these units are at. Doesn't have a shield battery here yet. This is still a little bit scary, but it's not many Marines. It really is not that many Marines. HeRoMaRinE is not going to be happy, and I actually feel that Gabe might just... Oh, Gabe has extra units showing up. Now Harstem needs to be careful because he's getting a bit carried away with slow Zealots. He is chasing very, very far. It's 4 medevacs and 5 Marines. Stasis Trappy. Tiny Stasis Trappy. Oh, now the Phoenixes can just go. Oh, what a Stasis Trap by the captain. Now the Phoenixes and the Stalkers can just go. One more Cyclone shows up, and Harstem can lift it. Those initial Marines are still stuck, and that is going to do it. Shopify, Rebellions Harstem takes the 1-0 lead after opening up double Oracle and just going for it. What a call to fight those Marines. HeRoMaRinE did not want to stand his ground there and fight. He decided to run back at one point. Didn't even kill that low HP Oracle. And then he couldn't surprise Harstem anymore because Harstem was all over him. Great Phoenix movement as well. Great Revelation. 1-0 lead for Harstem. You're here for the banger of HeRoMaRinE vs Harstem. Well, spicy start. Explosive start for the captain. Harstem has HeRoMaRinE's number. Harstem won in a TVT against him. Did that actually happen? If so, can you please link me the VOD for science? Because I would love to hear what Gabe has to say about losing a TVT to Harstem. I'm sure nothing but praise for Harstem amazing place. But I actually think historically, mate, it's probably the opposite. We can take a little look at a Legalek, but I can guarantee you guys, without checking this, like I'm not cheating, HeRoMaRinE has a good record against Harstem. I did not look this up, but I've seen enough of these two in the past that HeRoMaRinE has a good record versus Harstem. How good is it? It's really good. 32 wins and only 8 losses, so that's pretty serious. Maps, it's a little bit closer, so it's not like Gabe always wins like 3-0 or 2-0, but 32-8 in competitive best of 3s, best of 5s, best of 1s, whatever. Those are pretty serious numbers. Big Gabriel, historically, has the number of the captain. Today so far, not going his way. He wasn't that bad when he lost, okay.
Round 2, fight!
Seems like we are going for some sort of a proxy barracks here. Bottom right side, down 0-1, sending out at least one boy. The second one is just going to build a depot. We're looking at Mouse Sports' very own HeRoMaRinE. Top left side, we are looking at the main base of a Shopify Rebellion, the very own Harstem, your favorite YouTuber, favorite Terran, Zerg, and Protoss all at the same time. I got to cast one series with Harstem in Bulgaria, that was fun. And a good time. Always enjoy casting with Kev. Nothing beats a double Dutch Kevin cast. That is definitely accurate, Paul. Even though Battle B is really good. But I won't do HeRoMaRinE that dirty. You are spot on. I mean, I gotta say though, like Roddy against Harstem in the PvP, Hydra's up and coming, you never know. But I guess I'll give it to you. So proxy barracks on the side of HeRoMaRinE, as Harstem is the definition of a greedy Protoss. Oh, I mean, these guys, they don't even scout. They go Nexus before Cybercore. One would say that they deserve to get punished. Harstem is, however, gonna take a funny route, but does he go deep enough? He does not go deep enough. Doesn't know yet. He's gonna build his second pylon here, and now he's gonna scout with this probe, I guess. Goes to the other side, sees this SCV. Does that make the alarm bells go off? Harstem turns around, he probably feels that this is not a normal moment for the SCV to show up. This is going to be a bunker. This is where you pray to the Terran RNG gods. Terran RNG gods. HeRoMaRinE counting down the seconds for his Reaper to show up. Harstem goes for a Stalker. The first battery placement is very, very important here for Harstem. That is in range to the bunker. So right now, guys, Harstem says, I am sure that my Stalker comes out before this bunker is done. But I don't think he's right. I don't think he's right. It's a close call. Can the Stalker deny the bunker from finishing up? Oh my. Oh, the captain. What a call. The captain had a feeling and he was right. Woohoo. Now that is some science victory if I've ever seen one. And Gabe is probably fuming. Because if that bunker finishes up, guys, it gets so bad for Harstem. Then Reapers hop into the bunker, this shield battery dies, and he just can't really kill this very quickly anymore. Now, it's not the end of the world for HeRoMaRinE, but this is the kind of stuff that is just very, very annoying if you are Gabe. Twilight Council gets warped in as the follow-up. Second gateway gets warped in as well. HeRoMaRinE is going to build a safety bunker at home. Maybe a little bit worried that Harstem just runs to the other side of the map. We know that's not going to happen. Gabe going for multiple Widow Mines. Oliveira has been the one Terran that he did it in WTO, and he's also he did it multiple times in the Sara Zagora tournament, where he goes for very quick drilling claws in this matchup. And it's not just to drop, it's just basically to scatter mines all around the map and just get random connections with the Protoss army whenever they are walking around without an observer. And honestly, it looked very good. It looked fun. It looked good. Efficient. I don't know if Gabe is going to go for that. Probably not, but we'll see. Keep an eye on it. Probably just going to build tanks at home. So it's a quad mine drop as a follow-up. Let's just go ahead, guys, and follow Harstem's camera for 20 seconds. So we see that Harstem is trying to get a tiny bit of map vision with his Stalkers at the bottom of his ramp. He left 2 Stalkers behind in the main. He's gonna take his gases. We'll probably go into a quick Robo Bay. Tank as a follow-up being built by HeRoMaRinE. Harstem still doesn't know where the medevac is. He's going to see the Reaper, and now he sees the medevac. He doesn't really know what's inside of it yet. He's about to find out though. It's 4 Widow Mines. Harstem is going to be forced to pull all the probes away, and this is going to take a little while. When you only have 2 Stalkers in the main, you just don't have very high DPS. First Widow Mine is fired. 3 out of 4 mines are fired. 1 mine left behind. Retarget Gabe. Gabe does not retarget. I know a guy who would have retargeted that final mine.
Liquid Glam.
3 times over. Double Reaper does hop on top of the third base, though, snipes another probe, and that's going to actually force Harstem to stay as a 2-base Protoss a little while longer. And HeRoMaRinE, by the way, guys, the best thing is that he got 3 out of 4 Widow Mines out, and the medevac is still alive. So in the end, still a pretty strong start here by a Big Gabe. Down a couple workers, but against the Protoss with a late third base. Robo base not even mega early. wonder if there is a world where Interference Matrix would be worth it here for Gabe. I feel like you don't see it very often anymore in this matchup. Still a couple Terrans who go for it. I feel Oliveira went for it a couple times as well. Big fan of Drilling Claws and Interference Matrix. HeRoMaRinE goes forward with the Raven and he kills the Observer. Great call. Probably thinking about getting active with his medevac again too. You don't want to lose this randomly. He boosts into the third, but just leaving one probe here is actually kind of smart. Harstem doesn't see that. Imagine if Harstem goes for a very big probe transfer. Will probably just be a single probe, but boom. First Colossus is out, and now Harstem should know about his RotterdaM. As he sees it, Stalkers are on the lookout for this one medevac from the early game. Spicy start between these two European veterans. Huge transfer. Single probe. Can't have it all in life, man. Ooh, that is a powerful army. Holy smokes. Big Gabe. 61 Terran army supply. Man, you just look at the Reaper, you look at a couple of Widow Mines, and you're wondering like, alright, oh, and 2 Widow Mines in the center of the map as well. That's very cute. Harstem is gonna take an amazing fight here, guys. Maybe a Guardian Shield, maybe a Force Field, but it is going to be difficult. If the Colossus swipes at the Marines will die quickly. But if the Colossus shoots as anything else, he is in trouble. Gabe, that is risky, by the way. He's carrying the tank. Stalkers could have blinked for it. Stalkers don't want to go for it now. The tanks are already in an absolutely terrifying position. And 5 Widow Mines here to protect these tanks. The Robo is going to be a massive target. The pylon gets picked off as well. RoboBase still researching extended thermal lens at least. I mean, the stims are going to hurt this Terran army. The Raven dies randomly. HeRoMaRinE needs to be careful, but as long as the tanks stay alive, he is fine. The Marines are going to stim in very, very deep. HeRoMaRinE gives up on the Widow Mines and the tanks. He just wants to deal as much damage as humanly possible. And look at these guys go. 14 years into this game. It turns out that the guy with the gun is still very good. All the probes are terrified when the guy with the gun is on fire. Or in this case, addicted to stim. Harstem blinks forward, guns down a medevac, but great attack by Gabe. I feel like that was vintage Gabe, eh? Just strong start, finds a bit of damage, and then he's got a devastating follow-up push. With a ridiculous amount of units, and he plays it fast, aggressive, decisively. Made it impossible for Harstem to get a very good fight there. HeRoMaRinE in an incredibly good spot here, but he's not totally there yet. Harstem does know about his army with his Observer. I mean, it's almost impossible for Harstem to make something out of this game, but... Oh, okay, if Gabe flies into 5 Stalkers, it's going to be difficult. 6 Stalkers even, but in the end, I think enough Bio units here make it out to still make this okay. Honestly, that was a little bit reckless on the side of Gabe. Maybe Gabe is in a hurry. Oh, yeah, it's Friday night. Rotty said 9 PM and my game started at 10. Well, this is what he gets. It's gonna be a short series. That's fine, Gabe. It is indeed my fault. I did tell him 9, guys. So if Gabe is in a hurry, it is what it is. Harstem doing his absolute best to clean all of this up, as he's also staying on top of these 2 medevacs here near the third. The captain is having none of it. Does not care about Gabriel, his social plans. I watched a lot of HeRoMaRinE, and I have the feeling that this game is now actually annoying Gabe. Because in Gabe's mind, this game should have already been over twice. And he got unlucky in the very beginning with that bunker. I have the feeling that Gabe is actually kind of tilted. He needs to be careful. Because if he would have lost these medevacs as well, he's going to boost open the probe. This is so risky and reckless what Gabe is doing. He throws down the scan. He's going to unload everything near the battery. A lot of units are still on the right side of the map. Widow Mines will burrow. Battery needs to be a high priority target, and it is. One more Colossus pops. A lot of probes will probably fall here. There's 12 additional workers. Can these medevacs get out? Yes. Big fight happening on the right side where Widow Mines lead the charge, and Marauders are ready to stim forward. Get on top of this very tiny Protoss army, and I think that is it. I think Harstem knows it as well. Losing that Colossus, losing these Stalkers should be too much to overcome. Does snipe another medevac in the main, but it is indeed it. GG. Gabriel ties things up. Hey guys, first regular Big Brain Bouts in over a month. 4 best of 5s, not a single 3-0. I don't want to say we still got it, but we kind of still got it. Yeah, this is a fact. It does feel like the pacing of watching these guys is already very different than watching the first 3 series of the night, but fun stuff. I feel like Gabe is not the kind of guy to go on Tinder. Gabriel just walks onto Zilpische Straße on a Friday night with his mouse sports hoodie. And then he looks around and he says, yeah, I know what you're thinking. I am single. And then everybody can just send in their applications. None of the internet stuff. Just pure old school in real life. They can wine and dine Gabe all they want. That's how I think it works in the world of Big Gabriel. Let's go ahead and hop into map 3. Final best of 5 of the night. I hope you guys had fun. We've been live for almost 5 hours. I've definitely had a good time. Big shout out to Basilisk obviously for continuing to allow me to run the Big Brain Bouts. $500 every single Friday. I feel like it's been a very fun evening.
Round 3. Fight!
Bottom right side of Oceanborn here in the main event of the Basilisk Big Brain Bouts number 68. That is 68 times $500 that we have given away. I feel like that's a serious amount of money at this point. It is the captain from the Netherlands, Shopify Rebellions, Harstem. Oh, if Gabe, his date, would rely on his pizza skills, honestly, Gabe would marry Kendall Jenner tonight. You can say a lot of things about this man, but his pizzas are top tier. And anyone that has ever gone to Home Story Cup and had the opportunity to try his pizzas will praise him for it. He's got a big passion for making them, and I'm always happy to see Gabe just smile in that kitchen over in Krefeld and make pizzas for everybody. Because he's damn good at it. Representing Mouse Sports, it is HeRoMaRinE. There will be pizza at the Experian. Alright, that's it, Ian Blue, I'm coming. I've made up my mind. I was thinking about staying home, but if Gabe is making pizza, I'm driving over. A 3-hour car journey for Big Gabriel pizzas? Yeah, we'll take that. Now, sorry guys, because I'm memeing, I missed it. Did Harstem go Nexus before Core? He did, right? Looking at the timings of this. So once more, it is a Nexus before a 7x Core. Once more, HeRoMaRinE is going to try to punish this greedy Protoss player with a proxy barracks. SCV in a very safe spot here. This right here, guys, is your safe haven. Once more, Harstem is going to try to chrono boost out that Stalker. Gabe is praying for some RNG, and he's not getting any RNG luck. There was a good spot, but I don't think this time that bunker is going to finish up in time, and HeRoMaRinE knows it. Oh my god, he lost the SCV. Harstem sure loses the probe. But the A prevents the bunker from finishing up, and B, he gets the kill. Harstem gets the kill on the SCV with his probe. And that is a mental victory if I've ever seen one. I have the feeling that Gabe is fuming right now. I don't know why, I'm just getting very angry Gabe vibes. I'm drinking the only whiskey that was left in my house, incognito. A bottle of Glenfiddich that's been there for like a year and a half. I'm not a very big fan, but I have too many open stuff right now, too many open bottles, so I was like, alright, let's just get rid of it. I didn't buy it, I think it was a gift. Actually, no, I think Vicky brought it over. It's not my favorite. Why not cancel the battery? I don't think you need to cancel the battery. I really like playing PvT with a battery. There are so many follow-up pushes where you need a battery anyway. Whether it's like Heli and Reaper, or it's Cyclones and Marines, or in this case... What the hell, Gabe? What is this build? What? Jeez. Man, Gabe is so angry today, isn't he? Who is Vicky? Vicky is my wife. My lady. My woman. My partner in crime. Deadlock E-Gamer. Certified Battle Aces Goddess. I don't know what this build is, guys. Obviously, we know that players like Ryong and even Oliveira as well, very big fans of like Barracks Factory, 2 more Barracks. But Gabe had a proxy Barracks, and now he's built 3 more racks at home. So now it is 4 racks Factory on 2 base. That is something. Wedding when? When the Dutch government leaves me alone. So Maxime, I don't know if you knew, but if you do !BMate, it links to the Wikipedia page, and then you can just see that there are 8 players that play. Every single Friday, I invite 8 players to play in 4 matches that I think are going to be competitive, to give them a chance to win some prize money and give us some entertainment. That's all there is to it. And also give love, obviously, to the guys that are not Rainer, Clem, Sero, and Maru, because you guys always see them in the biggest tournaments, and it's also fun to see guys that are not at that level. Now, once in a while, we do invite Rainer or Max, Pax, or Clem, but obviously not every single Friday, because that'd be boring. So, every Friday, you're going to see, more often than not, 8 different players. Once in a very blue moon. Look at HeRoMaRinE, by the way. Maybe he's been analyzing Clem's replays against Max Pax, where he goes for the very aggressive forward siege. But, unfortunately for Gabe, Harstem has an observer. Someone should tell Max Pax to build an observer. Gabe's gonna pull some boys as well. I mean, this is just it. I wonder what is the best player of your Harstem. Harstem has a 21 worker lead, but obviously it's not about a 21 worker lead. It is not about a third base. Gabe doesn't even have stim or combat shield. What is this? This is a sick build. Does Harstem have a sentry? 1 sentry would have been so sick here. Oh man, this is so difficult to defend though, guys. If all you have are blink stalkers, Harstem is doing his best to crank out an immortal. But he's probably looking at this and saying, what the hell is even that? Now the tanks should start sieging up, and all 3 of them are going to siege up. Harstem could lose the 3rd base and still be okay-ish. But obviously Gabe is not happy with just the 3rd. Gabe wants a whole lot more. Harstem is going to try to pick up reinforcements, finds a Marauder. It's a pretty decent pickup. Does eat a big tank volley. Gabriel needs to be on top of his reinforcements. At the same time, he's just going for it. 1 Immortal near an overcharged battery, but the Immortal will fall. Now Stalkers are going to get obliterated. This is not the blink, guys. I have seen enough Bully and Molten to know that this is not the blink. That's a lot of Marauders. With or without stim, Marauders are very good against Stalkers. Big Gabriel is feisty, is angry, is explosive, and takes the 2-1 lead in our final best of 5 of the night. Sick build, honestly. Sick build. No stim, no combat shield. This is one of these games where if you're Harstem and you look at that move out and you're like, man, if I have 1 sentry, if I drop 1 sentry at that ramp in the center of the map where he goes past the rocks and he goes up the ramp, and I can renew that force field once more, or shave off some units, life is so good. And then you can maybe buy some time for more Immortals or charge. I mean, Immortals are actually god tier units there, because they're great against the tanks, great against the Marauders, and against Marines without stim and combat shield, Immortals actually not that bad. So yeah, time was obviously always going to favor Harstem, and force fields are excellent in buying time. Unfortunately, the captain just realized it a tiny bit too late. Thank you, Thaddeus. We've been doing it for a long time, for over 2 years. Obviously, I can't do it every single Friday, because there are Fridays where I'm traveling. But if I am not traveling for a Starcraft event, there will pretty much always be an event on Friday night. Same time, same place. We did an exception once when Rainer was in Korea. We invited some Korean players. I think that's kind of the only exception. Obviously, we had the Beast of the Hill Big Brain Bouts for fun, as off-season World Championships are over, etc. Let's have some fun. But from here on out, my plan is to just once more make it simple, 1v1, competitive. Perhaps we'll think outside of the box here and there, but expect more of this. Just fun, competitive Starcraft, prize money on the line, and nerds giving their best.
Round 4. Fight!
$200 on the line for the final series of the night. This man is down 1-2. I asked him in Bulgaria if he wanted to play, and he said that's going to be tough, Chief, because I think he knows that historically HeRoMaRinE has his number, but I felt lately he's been playing well, and I thought he could make it a close series. It is close so far, but he's still down 1-2. Representing Shopify Rebellion, it is Harstem. And this man is in the business of punishing greedy Protoss players. Once more sending out an SCV to build a barracks on the other side of the map. And we have to acknowledge, guys, that 2 games in a row he got a bit unlucky with the RNG of the bunker. If he does get lucky once, and Harstem continues to go Nexus before Cybercore, this could be a very short and sweet affair in Game 4. I hope that's not the case, but if it is, so be it. Representing Mouse Sports, it is HeRoMaRinE. Gateway, Nexus. Harstem is going to scout in the right direction, so that is at least good news. The bad news is that obviously that barracks is done, and this is still going to be difficult. Don't forget your pylon, by the way, Harstem, because now we're kind of distracted. I'm afraid he's going to forget his pylon. Guys, because this is normally the probe that builds his pylon. He needs to build a pylon. He's still got some seconds, but not too many. Need a pylon. Oh, there it is. Not too many great spots here, to be honest, for the SCV. But that Reaper is going to show up so quick that I think as long as HeRoMaRinE doesn't lose the SCV to the probe, I actually think it's going to be very difficult for a Stalker and an Adept to be here in time. And right now, pylon is done. Cybercore, oh my god, Gabe! Well, Gabe sent out the second SCV. HeRoMaRinE once more loses an SCV to a probe. But he says, doesn't matter, I expected that to happen. This time I'm bringing the second SCV. And HeRoMaRinE once more is the very best in the business when it comes to punishing greedy Protoss players. And going Nexus before Cybernetic score over and over again. Sometimes you get away with it, sometimes it is a total disaster. And this game is already the biggest disaster. Maybe the Reaper does die, and it does. But we still have a bunk here, and HeRoMaRinE can obviously build a third Reaper. Nothing stops him from building a third Reaper. And out of the 4 games, guys, this is by far and away the worst start. This is a very bad shield battery placement. Maybe Harstem seems to think that it will only stay at a single Reaper, but the next Reaper is gonna show up. I don't like this. I do not like this for the captain. Maybe he can get away with it, but second Reaper is here from Gabe. Takes a little while apparently to jump up that cliff. Can HeRoMaRinE kill a Stalker before the shield battery is done? The answer is no. He did do a lot of damage to both of the Stalkers, but I think targeting the battery would have gone way better for Gabe than going for the Stalkers instead. But okay. It could have all been worse, guys, for Harstem, but it's not good. Out of the 4 games, I would say this is the worst start that he's had so far. Well, Harstem probably thought that this is okay, that he can get away with this. Nexus before core, Harstem says, alright, I know my unit is a bit later, but I believe that I can defend against the proxy barracks well enough that I'm going to be in a really good spot. And to be fair, he kind of did in game 2, and he kind of did in game 3. But here in game 4, it did not go his way. It still could have been a whole lot worse. I think if HeRoMaRinE either doesn't lose this Reaper, it's almost game over. Or if he just goes for the battery immediately rather than these 2 Stalkers. But even now, I think Harstem is in a bit of trouble. Harstem does, however, have a 10 worker lead, and he's got 2 Phoenixes out. So if Harstem deals with this quad Widowmine drop successfully, we still have a game on our hands. Harstem might even be in a good spot, but right now he doesn't have too many units. Maybe the 3rd Phoenix is out in time, actually. It'd be bad news if Harstem sends the Phoenixes to deal with the Reapers, by the way. He really needs to be dealing with the Widowmine drop. Harstem is going to see the Widowmine drop come in right now. First Widowmine gets burrowed, second one gets burrowed. The Reapers are here as well. Can he lift them? Oh, he does! The triple lift! The triple lift! Can he kill all of them? Okay, that's actually really good defense. That's actually really good defense on the side of the captain. Now he maintains his 9-10 worker lead. HeRoMaRinE, by the way, is going for a Raven with Interference Matrix. Who does he think he is? Foxer? That's risky. Could work out in a big way. Can also be a very poor choice if the Phoenixes find that Raven and one-shot it. Well, ultimate disaster and crisis avoided for Harstem, who might actually feel alright about his position at this point. Knowing that HeRoMaRinE did build 3 Reapers in the beginning, the additional 2 Reapers in the end didn't do a whole lot. The Medevac and the 4 Widowmines didn't do a whole lot. Harstem might even say, what's not to love? RoboBay done, we're going up to 3 bases. Medevac did not die, no. Medevac made it home. But still, 4 Widowmines though, that's pretty big. Thank you, Gary. I'll take a little look at what Harstem has seen here. He has seen the starport, has seen the tech lab. Might be a tiny bit worried about Banshees. And if I look at this observer placement, I'm like, yeah, this is a man who has lost a couple workers to Banshees. I think at this point he's like, nah, it's not Banshees. Still leaves one Phoenix behind, by the way. That's kind of cute, to be honest. Has to be careful with the Phoenix here. HeRoMaRinE having that safety turret. The triple missile turret defense here, guys, by Gabe. Turret, turret, turret. Makes it hard for us to scout what the follow-up is. Harstem still building workers. Up 14 workers at the moment. There is a chance that Harstem actually wants to go into a crazy route, but that's not the case, as he drops 3 more gates, but he doesn't quite have a Twilight Council yet. This is a pretty powerful army, guys, and I feel like right now, this game, it kind of comes down to the 2 Ravens. Because Harstem is army, and pardon my French, it absolutely sucks balls if the Colossus gets Interference Matrixed. Harstem knows that. So what he really needs to do is kill the Ravens. If he kills the Ravens, he's gonna have an easy time. The Colossus is gonna have a field day. But if the Colossus get disabled by Interference Matrix, the captain could be in trouble. The force fields are solid, but there is a gap. Final force field goes down. One more Colossus shows up. Another Matrix is needed on the side of Gabe. HeRoMaRinE did lose a couple of Marines, to be fair, and the force fields are buying time. Is there another Matrix available? Oh, he did, but he misclicked. He dropped the Interference Matrix on a Stalker. And that may actually allow Harstem to hold, but he loses the Nexus. The field battery overcharge was dropped, but Harstem should be able to get the full cleanup. HeRoMaRinE with the misclick, dropping the Matrix on a Stalker. Gets the Nexus, but loses everything. Well, I know who I favor here, guys. And that is Harstem. Kinda felt that if Harstem would have dropped that overcharge quicker and would have just clicked on his Nexus should have never gone down, to be honest. Might fly into the Widowmines on the right. Harstem full of confidence, just lifting all these Marines here one by one. Lifted 2 Widowmines to start all of this off with. And Gabe does have a 3rd orbital, but he is down 30 supply. Being down 30 supply against Phoenix Colossus is unheard of. There are Widowmines here, Captain. Does he know? I don't think he knew, but it's okay. Well, I think we're going to game 5. What a night of gaming. We had a 3-1, we had a 3-1, we had a 3-2. And look at us now. 9.5 minutes into Elcyone. A game that started off rough for Harstem. The worst start of the 4. But the fall. Ah! Widowmines everywhere. Protoss nightmares. The red lasers. What is this? Bebop? So many Bebops over here, guys, on Elcyone. But just like Bebop, it takes a little while before that gun starts going. HeRoMaRinE losing 2,400 resources more. Spicy series between these two. Gabe gonna try to build a 2nd starport, but he also feels that he needs to take the fight here. But this is not a fight that he can really win. Unless the Phoenixes fly into the Widowmines, it is not a fight that HeRoMaRinE can win. Here, Harstem even thinks about maybe dragging Widowmine shot on top of the Terran army. That did not quite work out. But the man from the rebellion, hailing from the Netherlands, is gonna send us to game 5. I'm pretty confident in that. I have once upon a time seen a game like this between Showtime and Clem on Grass 1. And then Clem suddenly won. And everyone was like, ha! You said it was over. I was like, yeah, I know, but it was. This is Clem doing Clem things. And HeRoMaRinE is amazing, but there is only one liquid Clem. And I don't believe that this game is winnable. Harstem just having a good old time, going up to 4 bases, even dropping a Templar Archive, splitting up the Zealots to make sure that the Widowmine shots don't splash over the Protoss army. The EMP is solid on the side of Gabe, but it is just a little bit too late. We are going to game 5. Fun series. What a night. What a night of video games. Oh my god, what the hell? Jesus. I have my alerts disabled, guys, when I am in game, because I don't want you guys to get like all the resubs or tiny bits or tiny spam donations with text to speech, because I know that if you're really trying to watch a fun game of Starcraft and you have random alerts all the time, that it's a little bit distracting. So whenever I cast something that I consider official, I disable my alerts. But while I was watching that game, I just got this and I can replay it. This is crazy.
Thanks for casting SC2 all of these years. Cheers to more SC2 in the future.
Let's go, mate. $200, guys. $200 by Daily Herbivore. That is insane. I mean, the pleasure has obviously been all mine. Thank you, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Your man is not going anywhere. That's sick. Thank you so much. Alright. Harstem is ready for game 5. HeRoMaRinE is ready for game 5. I am ready for game 5. I think everybody's ready for game 5. Besides Monty, he had to go. That was unfortunate. Unlucky for Monty. But everybody else, guys, is ready. Let's do it. Final round. Boom, boom. What a night of video games.
Final round. Fight!
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's been a good series. I feel like we all had fun. Unfortunately, guys, Monty96, he really had to go. It was unlucky. But it happens to the best of us. He can always take a look at the VODs, though. They'll be there for him. Final round, guys. Ghost River. Top right side. Can the captain do what he only does on average 1 out of 5 series, and that is win a best of something against the German Terran? He's close, playing solid. Once more, maybe Nexus before Cybercore. This is Shopify Rebellion's Harstem. Top left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who's going to keep the SCVs at home for now. It is Depot into Double Refinery with a barracks at home. Can we get a W on the Friday night? I've invited Gabe quite a few times and I feel like he doesn't have the best record in the Big Brain Bouts. Now obviously I do give him very tough opponents, but still, he is Big Gabe. He should win a lot. This is HeRoMaRinE. Damn it, I'm choking. Had to go. Technically for me, Stream Elements is better, Daily Herbivore. But the moment you would give the same amount in bits, you've already paid the fee to Twitch. But I'm never gonna tell people support me in X, Y, or Z. I think any support is appreciated. Just being here and being nice is appreciated. As long as you're not a total dickhead, I'll always be happy that you're here. And if you wanna go the extra mile and support one way or the other, you guys can choose how you wanna do that. Following, subbing, bits, donations, it doesn't really matter to me. Whatever makes you happy. Reaper finds the probe that took a bit of an awkward route to the other side of the map. That's a little bit annoying for Harstem, because the main reason why you send that probe in an awkward route is to make sure that it doesn't run head first into the Reaper. So, Harstem is getting that Roddy leather experience. This is me. Send that probe out through the top right side and then it still runs into the Reaper. And you're like, what the hell? If it's a barcode Terran, you don't trust them. But if it's Gabe, you're like, okay, fair enough. Gabe probably has spidey senses. I don't think I want to know the answer of that, Manix. That number would be a little bit ridiculous. Double Reaper here in the natural of HeRoMaRinE. Excuse me, in the natural of Harstem. Obviously in the hands of HeRoMaRinE. It's very important, by the way, that Harstem gets an early battery here. Because the first Cyclone is already on the way. And Ghost River is tiny when it comes from this ramp to the ramp on the right side of the map. And if you don't have a shield battery early enough, that Cyclone is such a pain to deal with. Oh, this is bad for Captain. I think this is pretty bad for the Captain. HeRoMaRinE could go for the shield battery. He can also just try to gun down one of the adapts. He wants to go for the adapts. What a save. Really good movement here on the side of Harstem. Like, this is one of these scenarios and interactions that we look at and it's like, oh, okay, nothing happened. But this could have been game-ending damage immediately. If Harstem makes a little mistake with the adapts, he goes out too far to the left, he loses them. He'd be in so much trouble. That is true, Ian Blue. Hasn't always been my job, though. I used to just be a gamer, man. But yeah, that's fair. If you put it like that, it is very fair. Then a lot of you guys probably have more hours in your job than I have in mine. On the other hand, if you think of professional sportscasters, right? It's not like if you are, let's say, an NFL commentator, that you work 40 hours a week. That you go Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and you cast all day and then you go home. I think it's a little bit different. So I don't think you can totally compare it to a regular, normal job, to be fair. Don't think there is any sports commentator that literally does commentary to professional sports for 40 hours a week. And if so, I want to meet him. Let's see how they do it. HeRoMaRinE is going for cloaked banshees here on Ghost River. First banshee is already here on the other side of the map. Harstem's got double observer, one in the natural, one on the other side of the map. Unfortunately for the captain, guys, he does not have an observer in the main base. And that is painful. That means that this banshee will always deal a silly amount of damage. Okay, honestly, the banshee movement here not top tier by Gabe. I actually think if he would have kept moving it deeper into the main and then get the final shots off from like this sweet area, then you can always evacuate to the top right. Still a good banshee, don't get me wrong. 6 workers, a little bit of lost mining time is excellent, but it could have been even better. Probably just a lot of traps at Templar. I mean, on the other hand, like sometimes you just have a job where you don't need to work 40 hours a week, right? If you have a job that pays very well and you just show up, you do it and you go home, you don't really need to always be working. I think guys that make a living out of commentating, whether it's football or American football or hockey, they'll probably spend a decent amount of time preparing for their upcoming matches that they get sent out to. And then for the rest, they just enjoy whatever else they enjoy doing in life. Yeah. So definitely some homework, but I don't think they're really like clocking in 40 hours. 9 to 5, this is where I'm on the clock. I think they just get hired for these dedicated matches. They get a schedule at the beginning of the month. These are the games you do. Get ready for them, show up when we need you, and good luck and fun. Harstem is here on the other side of the map with his stalkers, trying to keep a close eye on what this very feisty German Terran is thinking about. And obviously Gabe is thinking of a tank move out, because this is Ghost River. It is ridiculously good for some of these quick tank pushes. Harstem has 11 stalkers and a sentry. He's getting a few more stalkers. He's trying to reduce the number of bio units that are out here. We've got 2 tanks that are ready to siege up. Harstem takes a pretty ambitious fight very far away from the batteries. Does allow him to get a couple of good hits off with the Colossus, but also kind of exposes his units. And if HeRoMaRinE guns down this battery, it is going to be really difficult for Harstem to save this Nexus. And it's kind of side delta all over again. It's a little bit different, but it is Gabe with a pretty terrifying setup. Harstem loses the shield battery, and his stalkers are all 1 or 2 hits away from dying. I don't think Harstem can save the Nexus here, guys. Harstem does not want to give up on the Nexus, but I don't think he can save it. I mean, at this point, maybe cancel this part, and we've already lost it. And it's already a really, really, really good move out on the side of HeRoMaRinE. There's no other way to put it. He's going to be incredibly happy with the outcome of this push. Widowmine still haven't fired yet. Ghost River is a difficult map. There's a reason. Oh, this is maybe the moment as HeRoMaRinE unsieged. HeRoMaRinE unsieged both of the tanks. He's going to make a dive for the Colossus. Gets one. Will he get the second one as well? Yes, he does. Can Harstem snipe one of the full medevacs? Yes, he gets one, or one of the 2 full medevacs. HeRoMaRinE unsieging both of the tanks there. I mean, he's still, I think, in a really, really good spot, but this may give Harstem a tiny bit of hope that he can still turn this into something. Careful with that forward blink, by the way. Sweet baby Jesus. HeRoMaRinE moves over the orbital, drops a mule. Harstem dropping a fort, so he doesn't really feel like he needs to end the game immediately with a counterattack. He is just gonna try to find a tiny victory with all these gateway units. Has 1 Colossus here. What is HeRoMaRinE dancing his units onto the observer? What was that? What was that by Gabe? I've never seen Gabe do that. I mean, I don't want to try to say that I was dancing, but that was a bit weird, no? Is that just Gabe saying, like, I know you have an observer, I can't kill it, and I'm just gonna dance underneath? I've never seen Gabe do that. Gabe normally not a guy to really participate in that kind of tomfoolery. The fact that we still have a tiny bit of hope left on the side of Harstem is kind of remarkable, though, because this game looked over. The moment this battery died and the Nexus went down, it just kind of looked over. HeRoMaRinE had most of his army left over, and he already did the damage that he was looking for. He had a third base coming online. Unsieging those tanks gave Harstem a very tiny shot. But HeRoMaRinE obviously is just counting down the seconds for the next move out. It's even hitting us right now with the on-burrow. Gabriel hitting, a bit of my shot as well from pretty far away. Armies are clashing. HeRoMaRinE may be a bit distracted by his Widowmine drop. Tries to snipe a Colossus, gets it. Shield battery overcharge, not good enough on the side of Harstem. A little bit unfortunate there, guys, for the captain. If that Colossus is 2 more pixels to the right, it would have lived. Old shield battery overcharge would have kept it alive. But they just had to nerf it, didn't they? HeRoMaRinE leaving some of his Widow Mines behind, already working with double starport, building 3 Vikings at a time. Harstem is now kind of praying that the Disruptors can turn this one around. One magical Nova, guys. Perhaps one shot is all it takes. Falling in love with the Protoss, we need to fire quick. No, it's already too late. It is already too late. This second Colossus is going to fall. And that will do it. Mouse Sports HeRoMaRinE walks away with 150 buckies tonight and getting a 3-2 victory over Harstem. Harstem close to getting a dub over Gabe. And unfortunately for the captain, it did not go his way. Possibilities, but no Novas, mate. Unfortunately, no Novas. GG's. What a fun night back, guys. What a fun night back. Shout out to Basilisk for letting me run another Big Brain Bouts. This was really cool. I feel like just fun, competitive, surprising Starcraft. This was it for the night. If you guys do !B, you can go over the results one more time. We had a whole bunch of Latin American players tonight in honor of Mute and his fantastic performance last Monday in the Proto Bruno Dave Testa tournament. Unfortunately for Mute, he was not able to find a victory. The man was dead in game 4, somehow won it, was winning game 5, couldn't close it out. This was definitely, I think, the highlight of the night. But HeRoMaRinE Harstem was fun too, even if it was short and explosive. Good series. Ryojin, first ever player from Bolivia, getting the dub here over Gunner. Surprising win on Golden Aura for sure. And then Draconix macking it up against the Finnish Zerg Codebar. That was it. Today was a special day, guys, for Basilisk, as they welcomed a new member to the Basilisk family. Not a StarCraft 2 player. Maybe one day. Maybe he will be a part-time StarCraft 2 player. But a YouTuber that tries to play video games and educate. Seems like he needs to educate me. I can't speak anymore. Long day, guys. But a man that is all about science and gaming. They made a 2-minute announcement video on Twitter. And I can show you guys that tweet one more time. If you guys want to give it a follow, or excuse me, a like, or you guys want to say welcome, whatever, that would be very cool. Basilisk really likes that kind of stuff, and that hopefully allows me to run many more of these events in the future, so I can give away some prize money to the players. That makes me happy. Thank you to Rexy for the 10 subs, Basilisk for the 10, and Proto for the 1. Let's go ahead and take a little look at the welcome video of Cow Hill.